Roblox is a massive platform with millions of games, and one of those games is Fish It. This game is not just a random fishing game, but is actually one of the most popular games on the platform with hundreds of thousands of players. And I think you might have seen this game already due to how popular it is, in many cases having more players than Grow a Garden, for example. And it actually has quite a bit more players than Fish 2, which was known for being the biggest fishing game on Roblox not too long ago. If you were to check description of Fish It, you will find that they tell you right away the game was inspired by fish. And you might think the game is very new and came out this summer or something, since that's when it became popular. But in reality, it actually stayed sort of underground for months before reaching the sunlight. Back in December 2024, it could get a few hundreds of players, but then this summer it went into thousands and pretty quickly in tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands when autumn began. And the player count is still growing, now averaging over 400,000 players per day. It basically gained many players when Fish was feeling pretty bad. And now after Fish made a very strong and surprising comeback from the grave, both seem to sort of coexist with high player counts. This game is very simple, just like many other popular games on Roblox right now. Starting with the fishing mechanic, where you need to get the best timing first, and then spam click to get the fish. The game also uses bright and colorful colors, which definitely helps bring more younger audience. And despite not playing this game that much, I do easily understand what I need to do. Like the quests can lead you to different locations, which also help you understand the game better. And when it comes to fishing, you can get different mutations on them, as well as weight, which is basically what many other games do right now. It is no wonder most of the players are kids, so this game being simple, colorful, and trendy does contribute to it being this popular right now. And honestly, there wouldn't be any competition between Fish It and Fish if not for Nate. He's the original developer of Fish, and after he sold it to Do Big, the game was slowly getting ruined. But when he announced that he got back to being the owner of the game, a lot of people were excited. And now here we are with Fish getting over 100,000 concurrent players daily again. And sure, it is definitely not the prime numbers it used to reach, averaging over 300,000 players. But still, a comeback like this is very impressive. The game obviously is similar to Fish It, or actually Fish It is similar to Fish. Fishing in this game is more complicated in a way where it requires more skills and timings than just spam clicking. And obviously this game got the weight and mutation stuff. It actually was the one to popularize this trend, which other games began to use since so many people liked it. You could almost say this game is sort of a bit more complicated version of Fish It for people who enjoy more grinding. At least that is how I feel about it. Going back a bit, if you were to check Do Big website, Fish is still there. They do still own a part of it, but do not make any changes to it. And Nate coming back really did fix the game. He removed some problematic and controversial pay-to-win products, as well as Second C. That is basically one of the most hated things in this game, so it being removed brings some people back. I made a video about Fish come back about a month ago, check it out if interested. But overall, Fish is having a great time right now, and so does Fish It. Both games got quite a lot of players in them. But I've heard before that Fish It might have a bot problem, and while we cannot check how bad it is using servers, since private servers are free and bots would hide there, we can use analytics. There, for example, the amount of likes the game gets is very similar to Fish, and same with new favorites. Fish It just gets about double as many visits as Fish, so I think it's fair to assume Fish It at the very least has a bit more real players than Fish. Besides Fish and Fish It, there is still one game I did not mention yet which have played a huge role in fishing games. Fishing Simulator. This game, unlike Fish and Fish, it released way before 2024, back in 2019. The game would get thousands and even tens of thousands of players, peaking at over 41,000 at one point. Today, we're used to seeing games get hundreds of thousands of players, but back then, Fishing Simulator was one of the biggest Roblox games, similar to how Fish or Fish is today. And this game inspired the current big fishing games. The fish you get could sometimes have a mutation that makes it bigger or neon, but it stayed pretty simple. Weight actually was added only after fish released, and since I used to play years ago, I still got fish with no weight on it. But basically the point is that without Fishing Simulator, the current big fishing games might have not exist. I actually like how a fishing game back in 2019 was one of the biggest games on Roblox, and now years later we got fishing games as some of the biggest Roblox games again. Maybe in a few years we will have another big fishing game again. Out of all fishing games, Fish is currently the biggest one so far. It has 3.5 billion visits, and pretty recently hit over 1 million players. And the reason it managed to get this many players is because of admin abuse. In this game's case, you will have different weather spawned with some insane luck boosts. Like actually insane because they go into thousands. And someone like me sure does struggle to get anything good, since with this kind of luck boost, you're almost guaranteed to get something insane. But with the other event, I did manage to get some good stuff. One of those things got me like 50 levels at once because of catching it. And the fish you get has random mutations and weight, of course. As I mentioned earlier, this is the game that popularized this trend with weights and mutations. So, honestly, fish might have a bigger impact on this platform than you think, which may be good or bad. It's up to you. The reason why I do not mention Fish It as much is because the game came out latest out of them all, and it doesn't really introduce anything new, but instead builds itself on already existing features pretty much. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, in description they even wrote that they were inspired by Fish and Fishing Simulator, and I doubt we'll see both Fish and Fish lose many players anytime soon. We have seen Fish in its prime time, and the only reason it fell down is because of changes that were done to it. But otherwise, I would expect Fish to stay up for months to come, and same with Fish It. Exception is Fishing Simulator, but that game released back in 2019, and honestly, it getting to 1,000 players even today is actually kinda impressive, especially when there are 2 other big fishing games to choose from. And I think this shows that people actually have interest for fishing games on Roblox. And this interest will continue to exist. People have always liked fishing games, and in this case, the fishing games we have on Roblox have their own twist, of course. Currently, that twist is the weight and mutations of fish, as well as some other stuff, obviously. But for now, Fish and Fish It will be the big fishing games on Roblox. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I would really appreciate that. You can watch one of these videos while waiting for a new one. They are good too. You can find a link in description to our upcoming game, and you can chat with me in my Discord server, and I will see you soon.